Hi, I'm Andy Findon and this is the RKF Philharmonic head joint. It's actually in folklore that when Dvorak first heard melodies like that, his Ninth Symphony, he'd heard it on original world instruments. And I suppose if he'd had this, who knows, korongle players would not be happy. I'm always on the lookout for different instruments, new sounds, things I can use on sessions and performance. And I found online, through the magic of Facebook, I got guided towards Red Kite flutes, and I ordered a couple of flutes from Just Flutes, which arrived really quickly, as they always do. And I fell in love with the sound of these flutes. Obviously with the pentatonic scale, you're limited to exactly what notes you can play at this scale. I wondered how it would sound if we used the voice box from this system of flute on a concert flute. So I popped down and met Louise and Sam at where they're created, and we had this discussion about adapting it onto a concert flute. One of the very first things we came across was the difficulty of holding the flute at this angle to play at a similar angle to these flutes. Obviously they're bigger, and we've got the finger system on the flute, which we all know our hand position has to be correct. It was compromised by this effort. Well, without a second thought, they both said, well, let's put the hole on the side instead of the top. It creates exactly the same wind flow, there's no problem. So we came up with but I'll go back to the other one just to check the sound is the same. But now so it opens out the entire range of the chromatic flute to this unique, unusual sound, which, as I say, that's how I started, looking for different sounds. We can use alternative techniques on it. And it just lends itself to a freedom of playing. Your airflow still has to go down a hole, but the work is done for you with the voice box on here. There are two different types in production at the moment. So the standard head joint is of an oak tip and a beech body, just the two pieces of wood, which is very attractive, two different tonalities of colour, and the block is oak as well. And this model is a sycamore body with an oak band and an oak cap, and once again an oak block on the top. I'll show you the difference in tone quality. I'll go back to using the standard. You may have seen an eyebrow go up there because every time I swap between them I find different qualities in both of them. I think I'm going to have both of them because I do like the quality to use both types of tonality. We're now preparing to sell these in Just Flutes, and they are priced. The standard model is £245 and the upgrade is £345. It's its ease of playing initially is one of the strong points. And one of the inventors, Louise, I think it was only about 3 days ago or 4 days ago, got hold of a real flute. She could immediately get a sound which was, it was a beautiful sound because it was the sound created by the voice box. It was like a non-musician simply picking up one of these, covering the holes and getting the tonality from it. So it opened a world to her, which she was surprised and elated that she could pick up a crafted instrument, and by putting this head joint on, she could play music on it virtually instantly. The reason I was looking for these instruments initially and developed this, a large part of my career has been taking part in commercial sessions and the never-ending search for different sounds to present to orchestrators and composers. And recently, having got hold of this, I've had a couple of wonderful successes with this. Silent Witness came up recently, the Japanese tattoo murdering episode. And in order to get the notes that the composer had in his mind at the right pitch, at the right time, and in tune, these head joints were invaluable because I could create that world noise on a flute, but play the exact notes that he intended in the right order.